What we do here is go back, 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 back.
Welcome to Extra Time.
Just want to
So,
say before we start extra time, I
yeah,
love that exit, and we're gonna do that every week now. Peace. I love that. I love that. I love that. We're doing that every week now.
I like, yeah, oh yeah, at the same time, that would be sick.
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah.
yeah, 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 we're
Calm,
doing that now.
calm.
Anyways,
All right,
back at
cool.
it. Go on.
Welcome to Extra Time. So, today, just one short, quick topic. We're
Hmm.
going to talk about um, kind of a follow on to what we spoke about in the weekend roundup with leagues. When it comes to leagues and like how we perceive them, I want to know like why do we perceive I'll link it somehow, yeah. Why do we
Hmm.
perceive ex-players who become managers for their clubs
Hmm.
um
Or
as
a club.
less, but
Hmm.
it's specifically their clubs. But no, yeah, a
Cool.
club, but specifically their club. For instance, the likes of Frank Lampard, Ollie, Gerrard. I think it's mainly the English ones as well, actually. Because when it comes to
Mm.
the German managers that were ex-players, like Hansi Flick played for Bayern. You know, there's a lot of players who have played for their club that they're managing at. But
Hmm.
it's I don't know, it's the English ones that people don't give credit to. Why is that?
I think in general, English managers are not given that much credit
That's true.
because
That's true.
I don't know what it is, but I just don't see them being rated as highly as like when's the last time? Okay, fair. Do you know what? Step back, Sir Alex Ferguson, but he's Scottish.
Scottish, yeah, yeah.
But
But
when's the last time an English manager we can sit here and say was on the same levels as Pep, Jose, Klopp, Wenger, Hansi Flick? Do you know what I mean? When was the last time we can say
you
that
can't say for English
Nagelsmann?
managers, you know. That's
Yeah,
the funny
even
thing.
Nagelsmann,
Yeah,
too
but
short.
he's
Like
not there
I
yet.
can,
He's not there yet. But even
yeah,
he has a
but even to
reputation for a style of
exactly,
play, and you know
ex-
he's like sought
and
after.
even the fact that we're saying he's not there yet. What English manager are we currently saying
Yeah, he's
he's
not.
not there yet?
Yeah, and it's never English. It's always Scottish or it's like British. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Brendan
Mm-hmm.
Rodgers, people rate him highly, and I think he's a good coach.
So do
I
I.
think he's still, yeah, he's a good coach, but it's like, you know, the fact that he's Northern Irish and you
Mm,
got say like Kenny Dalglish or Sir Matt Busby or like, you know,
mm,
Sir Alex Ferguson, these
mm.
historical like great managers have all been Scottish, bro. Like
Yeah, yeah.
it just in England they don't have the source, and it's funny because management is seen as an intelligent thing, and you know, like a country, not to get too deep into this side of things, but that has had like such a massive empire and kind of made the world see them as like the creme de la creme. Um, but when it comes to like the game that was spread by England to the world, like the management isn't there. I find that
Yeah.
so strange. Like
Hmm.
no, England have a good football team and generally have good players, but even the fact that the country spread the game but ain't
Hmm.
won a European Championship, have only won one World Cup, like it's
Hmm.
a bit odd to me, don't you think? I find that
Yeah.
strange.
No, I think it's very true because even like right now, I'm just quickly just researching. George Graham is the last English manager I can
Yeah,
think
he
of.
won for Arsenal, isn't
Oh, sorry, I lied. He's not even English, he's Scottish.
it? No, it must be Sir Ralph Ramsey. That's the only one that I can think of. But and like Ron
Uh,
Atkinson, but he wasn't amazing. What about like
but
Bob Paisley? Was Paisley, was he Scottish? Let's find it
let's
out.
see, Bob Pays. Let's do look. We're doing English football manager.
Is he
Bob
English?
Paisley. Yeah, he's English.
Okay, yeah. 'Cause he won a
Yeah.
lot for Liverpool. I know that like in the 80s and that.
Yeah, he won the football first division. He won
And
quite a
Brian
few
Clough.
League Cup, Europa Cup. Okay,
Brian
so
Clough,
but
yeah.
then we're talking the 70s, but right now in this last in
Bro,
I
in the
say
last
in the
20 years,
yeah,
30 even,
30, 30, yeah. I'd even go okay, 40, yeah, 40
because
thingy
that's
was
the 80s, isn't
Paisley
it?
was a
Yeah,
manager.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Paisley
30
was a
years
manager.
ago, since the Prem, no English manager.
None.
It's a weird one, man. And like, there's
Yeah.
ones that have done all right, like Alan Kirbishley, that kept Charlton
Hmm.
like a safe position for the longest. But
Mm.
I don't know,
Um,
man. So
what
and
about
then
that Brighton
Gareth
dodge?
Southgate, he was at Middlesbrough, terrible. And because he's
Yeah.
English, like he gets to manage the England team.
What's the only English manager that I could think of that I think to myself has so much potential and I really want to see where he's gonna go
Mm.
is the Bournemouth manager. I've forgotten his name right now. Yeah, Eddie Howe.
Oh yeah,
He's
yeah,
the
yeah.
only manager I actually look at, and I think he's got a lot of potential. If he was
Yeah,
given a team
that's a shout.
like a Leicester, I think he would actually do a job there.
No, that's a shout. You know, that's a shout. And you know what? Yeah, there's a lot of managers who, like, historically, who have not been good at, you know, late 30s, early 40s, but then 10 years down the line, they're like Brendan
Mm,
Rodgers. Like, he's obviously seen as a pretty good manager now.
mm,
He's, you know, won with Celtic. He did all right with Liverpool, and he's doing well
mm,
for Leicester now. But when he was at Reading, like years ago, when he was Frank Lampard's age, he was shocking. Like, he was terrible. Do you know?
yeah.
So like, when people hold Lampard to a certain light, like writing him off and stuff like that, I find it a bit bizarre. Like, they're all okay. This is what I want people to take. There's always the but if it was at any other club, he wouldn't have been given a job. I get that, but there's one thing to have experience and showcase it, and then try to translate that or transfer that into the resources that your club gives you. Sure, yeah. And there's
Yeah,
another
but
thing. There's another thing to just like, I don't. So okay, my point is, like, when it comes to Pep and what he did at Barcelona,
mhm,
people are like, oh yeah, but he did it at Barcelona B. I'm like, do you know what Barcelona B is? Like,
mhm,
that's not real competition then. Like, they're in like the second division of like the
mm,
Spanish system or whatever. Like, that's Barcelona's reserves, and because he did
mm,
it there, it means that he could do it. Like, he was given a chance, and then he obviously is
yeah,
an incredible manager. But no one
mm,
talks about that, or people when they talk about it, they say, oh, he did it at Barcelona B. Oh, Lampard did stuff at Derby. Okay, let's say he didn't win anything.
mm,
Ollie, he won at Norway. Like,
mm.
he won with a team that
Mama.
had not won in like 20 years or something, or
Mm.
never won the league. I don't remember where it is.
To be
Like,
fair, and surprisingly, Haaland, bloody hell,
Haaland,
Haaland,
yeah. He played
Haaland
under
was under him.
Ollie.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
played on Ole. So
But it's not a surprise though, because they're Norwegian, innit? Like
yeah,
I imagine, like, it's not the biggest country in it. Like, the
mm,
chances are that one of the best players would have, like, he would have been banging in goals in it, and like from there, like,
yeah,
they clocked onto him. But before he was there, that club had not won that league, and
yeah,
he
yeah.
won it on the bounce with them. Like, it wasn't just one off. So
Mm,
my when I was talking about leagues before, yeah, and how we go on, like, it's so much harder to win in the Premier League. Like, I get that there's a lot of teams that are given money, and so they can compete on any given year, kind of thing, spring a surprise. But in the way that we see a top team, they're gonna get maybe 85, 90 points or whatever. Essentially, you need to get more than 90 points to win.
mm,
And
yeah,
in the Bundesliga, if you're not buying, you need to get more than 90 points to win. It's the same, innit? And
mm,
with the Norwegian league, like, Molde weren't the Bayern of that league. There
mm.
probably wasn't like head and
The
shoulder. Like,
Bayernets,
I
yeah,
remember like Lynn Oslo and that. I remember Johnny B. McKell playing for them, and there's like other Norwegian teams that have been in Champions League or Europa, but Molde
mm,
weren't them. So for
no,
Ollie to have won on the bounce with them, that's a big deal.
mm,
But people are like, oh, it's only Norway. Like,
mm,
and I can't tell whether it's a combination of that. It's only Norway, and it's only
mm.
because you played for Man United.
Do you know what?
And the
The
same
only
is applying
manager
for Gerrard as well.
that I was gonna say that I think the only manager that has done it the way that the other managers have done it
Mm,
is Gerard. Is that he hasn't rushed into the Liverpool job. He's had time with Rangers to build them up. And people have now seen, okay, you won a trophy. If he ever comes to Liverpool, people would give him that time. I think the issue with managers like Frank and even other English managers is that they come with no reputation. He came from Derby not winning anything. I know we were going to say, oh, but Arteta was the same. We're not talking about Arteta right now. But Frank came from a place where he done really well with Derby. And I think he should have stayed at Derby for another 2 or 3 seasons
Mm.
and then come to Chelsea. I think he should have come into the Prem with Derby, somewhere that they were going to give him one time. Two, he was going to be able to imprint his identity on that team. Because if we were talking about, for example, I'm going to take Leeds. Tell me a team that wouldn't have Bielsa today. Whether you're talking top teams or bottom teams, Barcelona, anybody, a lot of teams would take Bielsa
Mm.
because they know that he can bring something to the team. If he can do it with Leeds, imagine what he could do with Barca.
Mm.
And that's where I think Frank went wrong is he jumped on the Chelsea job too quickly. He was offered the job too early. And this is why I'm kind of happy as well that Arsenal didn't run out and go and look for Henry or Patrick Vieira. They've let those guys build themselves up so at the point where it's like, okay, these men are now top managers. Nagelsmann is now a top manager. That's when the bigger teams take these players, take these managers away. You don't see that with many English managers. Sam
Mm.
Allardyce has been stuck in this relegation fight for his whole career.
It's mad,
Does
innit?
he deserve? I think he deserves a bigger chance. I think he deserves a
No, but
proper.
sometimes they have, and it just hasn't transpired that way. You can
Yeah.
be a manager who's so used to like making a team survive, and then
Mm,
you can be a manager like Pep who's so used to making the best better. Like that, like I
mm,
don't know what Pep would do like at a Newcastle like at its current stage. You know what I'm saying? So,
mm,
um,
that's true.
and
Roy
and and
Hodgson with Crystal Palace.
that's what I mean. Like that's what
Yeah.
they're used to, and so like when it comes to a legend at a club, they've been at those clubs fighting for titles and Champions Leagues and all of that stuff. They have like experience of being in an institution that's used to winning and wanting to win things. So
Mm,
um when it comes to management, they're gonna transfer that to their players. Like that's the angle they're coming from. Not like David Moyes coming to United saying, Rio, you should defend like Jagielka. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's like they would use common sense, bro. They'll use common sense. So with Gerard, like yeah, I like how he's done his thing. Like his approach has been
mm,
good. He most likely is gonna be a Liverpool manager at some point. I don't know in the next season. The way it's looking, boy, like you never know. But with Frank, I don't think it was a mistake per se because it's not the end. He probably will
mm,
be Chelsea manager at some point in the future. But you're right in the sense that
yeah.
he went straight into it, whereas
Yeah.
Ollie people like that, they, did what they did, take a few years out, built
Mm,
something with their own team,
mm.
and then got a chance. So,
Because then you might argue about the Pep Guardiola situation, but Pep Guardiola, like you said, one started in Barcelona B,
mm,
and two, there was some. You can't looking at Pep Guardiola now. You can't deny the fact that there was something special that people could see from back then,
mm,
which is why he got to manage Barcelona. Is because there was something then that they could see that they were just like, yeah, this guy's ready. Like, there's no, and there's certain managers that are like that. There's certain
maybe.
managers that have quite
I just don't know. Just because, like, since him, there have been
mm,
other managers in like Barcelona, like
mm,
in between him and Luis Enrique, there were a lot of duds. After
yeah,
Luis Enrique, a lot of duds, but they were part of the system. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that's just the way the Barcelona do things. Like they
yeah.
want everything
It's
to
true.
be La Masia based in
Exactly.
house, which is fair enough. It's a philosophy, um,
Yeah,
but you know, like
yeah.
I
You have
just
to
think,
live, eat, and breathe Barcelona.
yeah, yeah. I think
But
and Cruyff and whatnot, but I think it was fortunate. Like it could have gone wrong. It went well, but it could
mm,
have gone wrong. You know,
but then that's the thing is it's crazy because we're talking about this. We're also saying that you shouldn't take the risks, but you should sometimes take the risk. Is
exactly.
you
It's
have to see
inconsistent.
when the risk. Yeah, you have to see where the risk is worthwhile, and that's something I think with like you're saying with one Barcelona, it's their system.
Yeah,
Chelsea and Frank Lampard was not their system.
yeah. It's not. So yeah.
They tried something very different. Arteta and Arsenal was actually Arsenal's. I remember I told you when they first appointed him, and I was like, "This is an Arsenal choice. This
Yeah,
makes sense." It made more sense than Unai Emery because it is a part of Arsenal's way of doing things.
yeah,
We
yeah.
did it with Wenger, and we've done it with a few other managers as well that didn't have a history. People
But
didn't know
before
much about.
with George Graham though, it wasn't like that. I think Wenger was the one who changed it to
Yeah,
play like that. But
yeah,
because you had so much success under that, it was an
exactly.
Arsenal way. Yeah,
Yeah. And it's just one of those things where this is not Chelsea. Tuchel is the Chelsea way. But
I
the
don't
thing
think
is,
so. I don't.
but
My
you
point,
don't.
I genuinely just don't think Chelsea have a way. I'm not saying they're lost. It's just that's they don't have. They've chopped and changed managers over the last 20 years,
Yeah.
pretty much every year, fam. So there isn't one way. They
But that's what I
just
mean. That's what I mean is like Tuchel is a Chelsea way because he's been brought in just to win. If you
oh
don't win,
okay,
because
yeah,
like his contract is 18 months. He even had an interview where he asked, "Why is my contract 18 months?" Then he
yeah.
realized if I don't win, I'm getting sacked. This Chelsea way. I'd rather just have an 18-month contract.
Chelsea way. That's
And
funny.
it's just how they do their thing. And
Yeah.
although it's not the best way, it's how they do their thing. Um, and that and that's where we were coming back to the topic of English managers.
Mm.
They, I don't know what it is, but they just don't seem to be able to last the test of time.
Yeah, they're
Like,
just not techie, bro. They're not
right,
techie.
Roy Hodgson, I think, has been at Crystal Palace now 3 seasons.
Do you know what I think it is? I think English English football is generally a working class game. Like football is like generally a working class game, but when it's come to uh I don't know, like German managers and like Spanish coaches and stuff like that, when they were players, it wasn't like a street game. It was
Mm.
like football
They
was
play
like
in
a,
the
a
tempo.
yeah, they take the tempo. It was very philosophical. It was very tactical the way that they it was very it was very tactical the way they saw the game. Whereas English people, like there's a stereotype, but yeah, it's like hoof it, like physicality and all of that.
Yeah,
So those are the
Sean,
people who have come
guys,
through. Exactly, bro. You can say that with any name. You said Sean Dyche. You can say like Sam Allardyce. Like you could say with anyone, fam. Do you know what I'm saying? And
can't say Roy Hodgson. Roy Hodgson doesn't play like that. He's the only English manager I think plays differently.
I don't
But
know.
that's
I
because
don't
of
know.
the plays he has with Zaha and Eze Benteke. He has
No, no,
different kind
no.
of
Roy
players.
Hodgson's the same, mate. He's the same. The only thing
You
is
think
he's
so?
more seasoned. He's more seasoned. Like he's
Mark,
managed like
Crystal
Inter
Palace
Milan.
don't
He's
hoof.
managed bare different clubs around the country, the world and stuff.
See, this is why you should watch away games because I did not even know that Roy Hodgson managed Inter Milan.
Bro, he's
That's
managed.
big.
He's old, you know. You know, like what
Yeah,
is it?
he does look old.
I think no, but someone's was it Lampard? He was managing before Lampard was born or something like that. I was just like, managing, not playing. He was managing something like that. I was just like, rah, boy. But yeah, he's been about the block, so he's not gonna have one style of play. But yeah, no, so I do like the way Crystal Palace play. But my point is, there is the whole English thing,
Mhm.
physicality, and those are the people
Yeah.
who are players that then become coaches. So the
Mm.
way they're impacting on the game is not going to be the way Guardiola or a Klopp is going to like put their
Mm.
print on the game,
Also,
or even a
I think dead
Solskjaer.
ballers make good managers.
No, I don't. It
I
depends on what club.
genuinely
It depends on what club.
every club. Apart from the only anomaly is Zinedine Zidane, and even still, there it's looking like it's going a bit left.
No, but do you know what? Yeah. Okay, no, I see where your statement is coming from, but it's a wild statement. Though you're implying that every baller that's dead is a good manager, not that all of
Yep.
the managers that have been good were bad ballers. You're saying just anyone who like I'm not a professional footballer, so I'll be a good manager. That's what you're saying.
No, no, no. You have to be a professional footballer, but be dead at professional football.
I mean, so
So you'll be a good manager. Jose Mourinho. Name me a Jose Mourinho banger.
no, I'm trying. No. I'm
What
trying to say
position
like
did Jose
what you're
Mourinho play?
saying. What you're saying. Who's dead that's playing now? I don't.
Huh?
It's sure right. Nah, sure right. He's right. I don't know. Who can you say that's dead? Like just dead
Granit
out front.
Xhaka.
Xhaka. So you're saying he's going to be a good manager?
Watch. Mark my words. Granit Xhaka is going to be the coldest manager anyone's ever seen. He's going to be the best Swiss manager anyone's
The
ever seen.
logic
He's
is
going to be
wild
a
still. No,
legend.
but Guardiola, he was a
Legend.
good player. Guardiola was a very good player.
What
So
position did he play?
he was a centre defensive midfielder. Why are you laughing? He was. He was. No, he was.
As I
Was.
said, every position on the pitch.
I was lost for words still. I was trying to get out, so I had to because it's an acronym, it's CDM, but yeah, just yeah, he was a CDM from like it was top class for Barcelona.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, there've been players who are good. You know what I mean, that are
Yeah, like
good
I said,
managers.
yeah, Zidane's the biggest anomaly. But when I mean good, I mean as in like levels of Zidane and Devon.
But he was at Barcelona. He was a Barcelona like starter, like
Who?
Guardiola.
Uh,
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like say, okay, say Rodri at Man City now, or no, let's say Fernandinho. Like, he's amazing in his position, but because he's not
mm,
like the goal scorer, assister, he's not the best
uh,
in the world. So
mm.
it's like
He
that
might
with
be a good
Guardiola.
manager. Yeah, he might
Yeah,
be a
that's
good
what I'm
manager
saying.
actually.
Yeah, yeah,
I think Fernandinho could be going to be a good manager.
yeah, potentially. But you don't really see Brazilians being good coaches. Yeah. But
I've
he's
never seen a Bruce. Oh yes,
Donga, the one
wow.
who and what's his name? What's it? Scolari. But I don't know if he
Scolari
counts as good
Spanish.
though.
I thought Scolari was Spanish. I
He
was
is
gonna say
still.
Scolari. Yeah.
Who am I thinking of? It begins with an S. That's gonna bug me. But I have Scolari's face.
Oh
No,
yeah,
no,
Scolari
no.
is.
Scalari's
Scolari
Brazilian. I have Del
is.
Bosco's face when I say Scolari for some reason. Del Bosque is Spanish. Yeah, it's a bit. I shouldn't like mix them up. But yeah, they're
Mm,
old. They got white beards. I mean, white moustaches and that.
on the Bosque. Oh yeah, he's a Spanish manager. Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh
man.
yeah, no, they look. Yeah, no, they look alike. The Bosque looks like
Scolari's won the World Cup and that, so it's like, but you had that Brazil team, so
Mm,
like, you have that Brazil team. What is there much to write home about? Because
that's true.
it's like Pep. No, I wanted to say Pep winning the league with and the treble with that Barcelona team, but
Yeah,
obviously he's gone on to he made that team to be fair, but that team's
yeah.
like the best team ever in history.
Mm.
Like it's mad. I'm so
But
satisfied that Man City's like win record went car. They were trying to move like they were gonna beat Ajax's 25 game win streak under Cruyff. And I was like,
mm,
nah, not on our watch. Not on our
mm.
watch still.
To be
But
fair, you guys just have to make sure that they're not invincible. Right? They were
what
counting for that.
quadruple? Imagine
No,
that.
invincible. No, invincible. 49 games undefeated. I can never. I can never.
Who
Fancy.
is it?
No, I mean, isn't like if they'd gone. Oh no, they couldn't have gone invincible. They lost earlier this season. Oh, fantastic. Never mind.
Yeah, they lost earlier in the season. Yeah, yeah. Nah, they've had some blunders at the beginning of the season. That's the thing. That's why this
Oh
is a kind of
yeah,
a surprise. Like
they were
they're
hella
just
mid-table beginning of the season.
hella like very mid table. Like, but yeah, man.
But yeah,
Just to round up. Like, I think it's very unfair to judge a manager who has been a previous player at that club
mm,
or is a club legend. Um, I think you should judge them based on like them having some time to implement their philosophy, or if they've
yeah,
had experience elsewhere, like judge them on that and don't be a snob to the league that it was from. Like take
but
in perspective, like relatively what that team
mm.
was to that league and the fact that they were able to win. That's what I'm saying.
I think the main issue with that is team. Everybody wants the Chelsea module now and the Man City module because everybody wants to win quick. So giving managers time not
Yeah.
so simple.
But when you got a
But
manager like Pep, like it's just
it's
it's the
different.
L for everyone else, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they don't need to chop and change now. Like if he's there,
Mm.
he's like steady in the ship for years to come. From hate to say it, but that's the
But
key.
I'm hoping that PSG come and get him next season because
Imagine,
we've had enough.
can you imagine? I didn't even
We've
see
had
him
enough.
going to the French league, but who knows, man.
Right. I don't even know where he's gonna go next because I see him at City for quite some time.
That's my worry. Cause
Yeah.
this legacy thing, this were they
Mm.
on 7 league titles, so like 5 in the Prem. I think what if they win the season? When they win the season, then like 7
Mm.
in total. Then
Yeah.
yeah, like basically only like what likes of Everton, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United are ahead of them. It's nuts, isn't it?
Mm. Yeah.
Like they're
Crazy.
ahead of Chelsea or something. Because Chelsea won
Mad.
no leagues before Abramovich came. I think they might
Yeah,
have won
exactly.
one, literally, yeah. But I think Man City had two. So yeah, techie,
Anyways,
cool.
that
All
is
right,
this week's of away games.
extra time. Yeah,
Extra
man.
time.
Comment who you think is the most underappreciated manager,
Mm.
and we'll get
And
back to you.
comment your upcoming managers. Who do you think is coming up? Who do you think we should start having? People should start putting their ears out for, because this generation is about to end. The Klopps and the Klopps are still quite young, but the Mourinho's are about on their way out. Who's the Nagelsmans, the Eddie Howe's? Who's out
Come on. All right.
there?
See you guys on the flip side.
In
Peace.
a bit.
What we do here is go back, 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 back.